spit some bars?
So I'm gonna spit this verse for y'all, and then I'll get up out y'all face. I seen greatness, and it wasn't in the king's faces. It was in all the roses that grew between pavements. I quit my job in no weight and took a leap of faith. Trying to get a piece of the pie, ain't been no piece of cake. I beat the eye, dope. Boy, you know I got the antidote. Boy, you know I got the answer and I got the question. Hell, I'm like a manifold. Raised on the east side, I should have been and went to prison at least 3 times. If a nigga kill a nigga, then it's beef time. But if a copper kill a nigga, it's a peace sign. Oh, you rappers looking weak now. I see the flaws.
For me, please.
Yeah, I'm John the author. JOHN-THEAUTHOR.
And what exactly do you rap about?
Well, in a nutshell, I rap about what I feel is necessary to be rapped about.
Me personally, what I rap about is things I've done, things I've seen, and things I hear.
I rap about anything and everything, right? So be it things that go on in my personal life to things that I see.
Everything from like me growing up in Chicago and also in the suburbs of Chicago to, you know, the things that I experienced from growing up.
So I teach classes on hip-hop-based education and bringing light to issues in the community. So I teach classes on that as well.
Okay. And how do you think music reflects society?
I think art reflects society. I think any good artist, their music should reflect society. And their art does not impact or express the ills that are taking place of people, then what is that art even about?
Generally, like, it's about what's going on. Out west, basically where I be at, like, you see a lot of kids having fun. You'll see drug addicts, you see police, dirty police. See a little bit of everything where I'm from.
You know, as an artist, I view myself as a servant. So rather than just creating music that I feel like making, I create music that I feel like we need.
So my music specifically reflects things that are going on in the community as well as women's voice, which isn't really heard in hip-hop music anymore.
Okay. Do you believe that you can make a difference with your music?
I absolutely do. And if when I was 17 and I started rapping, you told me that I was going to make a difference with my music, I wouldn't have believed you. But now I really do, and I hear it all the time when young people message me on Facebook and say, you know, that song that you wrote about your experience with abuse really helped me understand what I was going through.
Oh, I know music can make a difference. You know, music has always made a difference from the very beginning. So you can go back 400 plus years and you can look at, you know, slavery. And what did the slaves do? They used songs. Oppressed people will find creative ways to fight oppression. And music is one of those creative ways to do it.
I think that music is probably like one of the most powerful things in the world. I mean, you just look at the influence that it has. As far as like we living in a world right now where everything is systematic oppression, and no one really has a voice to really speak out and organize to fight against it other than like artists.
Yeah, hopefully. If it doesn't, then it's not music, right? Music changes everyone. Music saves people, you know.
Do current events in Chicago or in the world affect music you make?
Mm-hmm. I have to write about, you know, like social injustices and racial injustices, because if I don't, then like, what am I? I'm fake.
So as far as like art, it's time for artists to not just be rappers and not just be singers and not just be painters and poets. We have to be business people. We have to be the people who create the platform that art gets displayed on, because guess what? These white-owned media platforms is not going to share that truth that we may need to hear in our times of need. You know what I'm saying? They only going to share that bullshit every day, you know what I'm saying? Like how they did in Baltimore. You feel what I'm saying? Like they going to just show and depict us in negative images to further their agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, especially with the song that I'm releasing. It's about the violence in Chicago, and you know, we had a 7-year-old boy get killed, and there are constant reminders that we really need to do a lot of work in our communities to help young people find something better to do, as well as help people heal from losing friends and family members to the violence in Chicago.
Yes, to a certain extent, because like I can make a song about something that happened, but the song might not come out for another 6 months, so it won't be a current event. It'll be a past event, but it'll be in there. Like I mentioned it, but I want to elaborate on it.
Cause I'm black, police pulled me over 3 times cause I got something hanging from the rear view. And I can count 5 brothers that police get up killed. Shout it hella loud, nigga, please don't shoot. Cause I'm black, I'm less likely to get a job, even if I get a haircut. And maybe we be shooting all day and all night cause we feeling like the world never hears us. Cause I'm black, my hair's caught nappy instead of curly, and I'm more likely to die in the city before I'm 30. And somehow all the drugs and the guns in my hood, at least that's what they tell me on the news. What if I was human?
How do you feel about police brutality?
I think that police brutality is still alive in Chicago. Like they harass us for no reason. I mean, they have a reason. It's their job, I guess, because they do it.
I feel like the police are doing what they were created to do, to black people at least.
Right. It's obviously a problem in our communities, and it's something that needs to be fixed very immediately. I think a lot of police officers are abusing the power that they have. Our communities don't like police officers and don't trust them very much, and so these instances that we see police brutality happening makes us less trustful of them and of the good that they're supposed to be doing.
So that has everything to do with racism. That has everything to do with white supremacy. That has everything to do with black and brown people not being seen as human.
Okay. How do you think police brutality can be fixed, and how can you contribute to it?
How do I think police brutality can be fixed? Number one, I think police need much better training. Right? You want to be a lawyer and you want to be able to interpret the law. You need about 4 years, 5 years of training. But if you want to enforce the law, you need about 3 months of training. That's a problem.
Yeah, I think the only way they can fix that is if they force all the police officers they got now, like that's been enough for like 10 plus years, if they force them into retirement or give them a desk job and bring like new officers in.
What's happening now is that people have a lot of mobile phones that have a lot of different capacities, so they're filming police brutality. If a police officer tells you to put your phone up, they're obviously doing something wrong that they shouldn't be doing.
I think that police brutality, when you talking about be fixed, you gotta understand that it ain't broke. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's protecting who it's supposed to protect. So when you say fixed, who are you fixing it for? I don't believe that racism, white supremacy can be reformed. I don't think that it can be reformed. I think that its roots are too deeply rooted in hate and racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so deeply rooted in racism and hate and, you know, discrimination towards black people that if you tried to pull that out, first, for one, who would replace it? And for two, the foundation would collapse. It just will. You know what I'm saying?
I believe there should be no police, period. You know, black moms in Inglewood walking around patrolling the streets is more effective and brings more safety than like white men who aren't even from this community walking around with guns, literally walking down the street with guns and like in the line force. Like, well, that's just gonna make you resist. Like, who these people think they is? You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna make you resist. Just like if you see a bunch of people walking down the street like with guns on your block, and you don't know them, like, what you gonna do? You know, you're gonna instantly try to get on that with them. But if you see a bunch of moms walking down the street with shirts that say "Keep the Peace," you're gonna be like, "Oh, dang, some stuff is really."
Murder team, no shock at 10 o'clock. The local news live at the scene. Guns cocked, crooked cops, hands up. No one's free. Teardrops, flooding blocks. Yellow tape stop the streets. White and blue, red stars, squad cars, CPD. Questions asked, no one sees, no one hears, no one speaks. Why can't we see a lot more of the best that we could be? Like Jackie Robinson West, Little League team. What do we do? Where do we go? Can anybody see? Where do we go? around the world, guns killed. 86 people in Denmark, 138 in Sweden, 146 in Great Britain, 157 in Israel, 188 in Australia, 216 in Austria. In just 1 year, in the city of Chicago, 435 lives were lost to gun violence. Where do we go from here?